everyone, welcome, and today taking a look at the Super 7 O-Ring Joes and later Delta 17 Leonados. I am going to compare this Leonados to the Super 7 Joes, yes, and I will also compare, well, I'll save that. Okay, never mind. In general, I don't like doing this way, but I'm gonna do it this time because I need to get through this quick and easy, and you know, I kind of want to move on from this because I mean, I'm gonna be straight up about it right off the bat. Try not to get the glare on her, but still, that is not pretty. That is not pretty at all. You know, not trying to be negative Nancy, but let's just face it, there's some issue right there. Okay, so let's crack these open and take a look at what we got. Well, first let's look at the packaging. Well, and I know I don't ever look at packaging, but this is kind of special because, you know, does this really capture the G.I. Joe? Now, I'm going to look, first, the bat, I think, yeah, this kind of captures the old school feel of G.I. Joe. I think that works. There's something off about the cover girl, though. I don't know, I can't, you know, and I like cover girl as in the cartoon, in the Mass Device cartoon. I like that they gave her that look. But there's something about it that is very, very off. And I'm not sure what it is. That art is just off. I've seen renditions of this cover girl with that explosion background, and they were just much better. I don't know why they nailed the bat. That's weird. The bat they nailed. Yeah, but anyway, of course we do get a full file card with this. And I've been curious, and I'm actually going to find out right now. I do believe that is her original file card. I do remember the line of she must work against her beauty to prove herself. Yeah, I remember that whole line right there. It's at least the same. If they didn't copy the file card, they at least they read the file card and, you know, got the idea. I do remember that whole thing. So, yeah. What about the bats? Let's take a look. Bats are dangerous and to everybody. Yeah. I mean, I have the file cards. I will have to dig them out, but I could probably look at them online and see. But yeah, they seem to be copies of the file cards, which I would guess they would want to get. And of course we have the cross sell. Now I did not get Snake Eyes nor Cobra Commander. I have a ton of Snake Eyes and Cobra Commander in different iterations, so I can hold off on those two, on this scale especially. Okay, so I'm going to open up Courtney Krieger, aka Cover Girl. Oh, now what I wanted to say includes, yes, laser blaster. Well, it doesn't identify it, but laser blaster is what it says. So that's technically what it is, in the cartoon anyway. I mean, they gave it a name in the toy line when it came with Snow Job originally, and I can't remember what the name was. But here we go. Okay. Nothing holding them in that I can tell. Come on. Come on. Oh, she's in there. Good. Yeah. Okay, so let me turn the light on so you can see her. I mean, she kind of looks like a homely girl, you know? Just saying it. Now I heard some people say that the gun, and I'm going to do that off camera, because that's in there tight too. Jeez. I mean, they just sandwiched them in there. This reminds me of the reaction figures, honestly. They were sandwiched in there too. I saw somebody say that their paint chipped when they tried to put the I'm going to test this plastic too. Hold on. It's pretty tough plastic. It's pretty solid. I could see thumb breakages happening. It's not as bad. It's not as tough as. Yeah, this is not wanting to. Yeah, she doesn't want to hold her gun. Now, Chad has already commented they've got the pre-1985 neck swivel, which is a shame. So yeah, there she is. I mean, you know, it's like some of the... it's low on detail, but it's a cartoon, so, I mean, give me a break. I do like that they brought more detail out here on her thing that was on her thigh. I never knew what that was, and I know they made it a data pad in the classified line, but it wasn't a data pad. But a data pad didn't exist in 1983, so that's not it. I say too much. Sorry. So with this card back, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to compare it to the original file card, and if it's, I'll decide once I compare it. I mean, I don't know, is it the same, is it different, I don't know. Alright, the one we all waited for, the Battle Android Trooper. I do like this color, I have to admit that. With me, bats, well, some of my favorites were about design, not about the figure. So like the jungle bat, yeah, that kind of stuff. But this blue is nice, and I don't think we've ever had it in this blue, so that's kind of cool. I will give them that much. And I'm anticipating that we will have to. Oh gosh, I will give them this much. These things are glued down. Tough. Whoop. The bats have taken out cover girl. Oh no. Oh, okay. Separate tray. Cool. Alright. And the back comes with a whole lot more stuff. Again, I'm going to set this to the side just so I don't have to deal with it. Oh, come on. Yeah. Jesus. Okay, taking it off camera a second. I swear they must have molded that around the figure. Okay. Here we go. I like it. I have to admit. If there was one I was gonna recommend, this is it. Okay. Cobra insignia. I like this being just detailed out and not being a hologram sticker. Yeah, I like it. I do like it. And of course the hand pops off for the attachments. And I won't put every single one of them on here, but you know, I'll put one or two. If I can pop them out. Alright, well, we got the claw. And there you go. There's the claw. Ugh. Okay, and it fits on there pretty tight. It's good. I mean, it fits good. I cannot complain. I actually like this one. I am surprised. Is it my favorite bat of all time? No. Not by a long shot. It's feels a lot better than I thought it would. Rivets are good. Yeah, I always thought the knees look like they bend a little early or a little late or something, but I don't see it when I bend them. Let me try CoverGirl, just to be sure. Yeah, okay, so I can see it with CoverGirl. Now, do you see that? I don't know if you do or not, but it looks like her legs, her thighs are a little too long. That could be just me, but yeah, I do see that. I wish I had an old school Joe, because I was going to grab a Delta 17 over here. Yeah. Because, you know, and this is, yeah, see? I mean, yeah, you can see it when you compare them. Those thighs are freaking long, man. Yeah, I mean, that is a little strange. Let me get them together here. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's just a hair long. It's a little weird. A little bit off proportions. Wow. I didn't even catch that until somebody pointed it out to me. And I was like, oh, okay. So let me set the next shot up, and we'll come back. All right. Yeah, let's go over everything that the bat comes with. Oversized submachine gun. The claw. I believe this is looks like a gun. Yeah. I would say that's a gun, and I'd say this is the flamethrower. Cool. Okay. And as we all know, you can fit these right back here. Oh no, oh cool. You can fit all three of them on there. Okay, that's awesome. Well, maybe not. Oh, did I not turn the light on again? Shit. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, you know what? This is getting complicated. I will save it for later. Alright, so, yeah. Got a bit of long thighs on them. That's my one oddity. CoverGirl leaves a lot to be desired. I mean, her... Yeah, that face looks like a Cupid doll. I mean, seriously. I mean, they didn't have to do any detail. You know, they had a lot more leeway because this is not a human. That's reality right there. So, that helps. Okay. So now, I'm going to have to set a shot up again. Shit. I didn't think this at all through, but yeah, you can't see him, can you? Alright, let me reset it. Alright, Delta 17, War in the Shadows, Leonados. One of the few good guys I was actually interested in the Delta 17 line, but I also wanted to make sure we compare the Delta 17s to the Super 7 Joes. Is that sound mean? No, it's not mean at all. I am just comparing. I think it's a fair comparison. Okay. Leonidas does have a combat background. Let me zoom in for you there. And you can freeze it and read it whenever you want. 3, 2, 1, toot. Alright. And, trying to do it without jarring. I cannot stand when I'm watching a video and somebody is messing with the zoom. I mean, I understand if it gets out of control, but God, I can't stand it. It just kills me. But these are $5 more, and these are a more boutique operation, so you know, that's the other thing you got to consider. They're giving you a whole lot more too. Because look at what all you get with this guy. You get a stand, you get backpack, dog, gun, dish. That's cool. Alright, let's tear open Leonados here. And they didn't have him glued on as much. Now don't get me wrong, and that's not to say he wasn't glued on. He was glued on there. Oh shit. Oh, there's 2 trays going on, that's why. I forgot that. That's not to say he wasn't glued on. He was glued on there. It just wasn't to the point of that we're used to. Okay. No, there's not 2 trays. Okay. I gotta be careful with this. Get everything out. Make sure I get everything out. Okay. So, yep. Alright, and here is Leonados. Now, let me turn my camera light on. I'm gonna stop for a second, and I'm just gonna show you something. Now, Leonados gets a little bit of leeway because his face is covered with a beard and sunglasses. That helps to hide a lot of lack of detail. But doesn't Leonados look a lot more like a person than she does? Honestly, I think Leonados he puts me in the mind of Trigger from Action Force. Does that not sound silly? Okay. And there's his little puppy. Oh, cute guy. Okay, and now he goes on like this somehow. Need to clip my nails too. And where does the dish go? I thought the dish went somewhere on the backpack. Could I be wrong? Could have sworn that oh, I see it now. Okay. If you don't notice, I don't watch too many reviews of these things because I kind of don't want anything tainting my viewpoint. Taint. I like it though. I like it a lot. This is a cool ass freaking figure. If I can. Okay, let me take this off camera. Try to get this to work because I'm having trouble lining up the slots. Okay, I will do that later because I'm having too much trouble. But it goes on the backpack, you can tell. Okay. There's his backpack. And you know, already you can tell he comes with a lot more stuff. Now, the other thing I like, this is not soft plastic, but it's not that rigid plastic either. I mean, there's give in it, and you can tell. And of course, these have wrist articulation. Now, the bat has wrist articulation out of necessity because, you know, he has to use those weapons and remove his hands. So he technically has wrist articulation, but that's not the norm for these Super 7 Reaction Plus. You see again. I'll bet you set them side by side. Wow. I mean, she's a little skinny too, but I'll give that up for being a female. They tend to make females in toys much skinnier. But, you know, I mean, I gotta say, this isn't, you know, this looks like some heart and soul went into it. You know, I'm not gonna say it's my favorite from Delta 17. But I feel like there was a whole lot more. And you know, it's that thing. I'm just going to say it. Chad says it about Classified, and I think he's right. It's pull out that old corpse and put it out. In a way, this feel, you know, the Super 7 Joes feel that way too. Now, granted, we've never had CoverGirl with that blonde hair. Never. And that was the only reason I bought it, was because I saw that blonde hair. I was like, yeah, that would be a good idea. I thought it was going to be ugly because it's Super 7, and I was right. And I'm not disappointed because it hit my expectations, which were low. I will say the bat exceeded my expectations because he looks a lot better than I thought he would. I can't get over the legs. The legs are weird. Let me put all these guys side by side. And alright. So they're all pretty comparable in size. I'm going to set the shot up and then come back. Now, as I said, they're all pretty comparable in size. But, you know, one thing I do have to give to Delta 17, there's a lot more detail going on with these guys. I really think so. And I really notice it sitting beside these Super 7s. Now, again, these are based on animation, and I do this with the cartoon collection. That is the aesthetic they're going for. The animation, you lose a lot of detail. So, I can give them a little bit on that. But there's that recycling of the corpse from the drawer thing. That is unavoidable to me with the Super 7s. Even though I like the bat. Well, I say I like the bat. It's not like my favorite damn G.I. Joe figure of all time. You know, it's in my like space. That's it. It's not like, you know, the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I'm not super enamored by it. I simply like it. I think it works for what it is. That's from the comic, actually. But it works for me. And it's pretty nifty. You know, whereas this CoverGirl's from the cartoon, she should be pretty nifty too. I mean, I think they needed to do something with the face. And can she move her head side to side with that hair? I doubt it very seriously. It's like well, she does better than... Oh shit. Sorry guys. She does better than I thought she would. So, you know, I know my Baroness, my old school Baroness, can't look side to side. It's like one of the first things I ever noticed about the Baroness. So, you know, I just saw that and went, hey, wait a minute. Alright. And I realized early on that's why Scarlet had such short hair. So, yeah. Anywho, I hear my child banging on the wall. Overall, I would say the Reaction Plus are okay. They're not anything to write home about. They're not anything to really... Yeah, I wouldn't say work your ass off hunting them down or anything either. I mean, if you see them, you think you might be interested, just pick them up. But, you know, I wouldn't say they're the be-all, end-all of O-ring figures. I think just standing beside a Leonidas, and I mean, look at, you know, he's got a whole bunch of stuff going on here. Just a whole bunch of stuff going on here. There's plenty of detail on that figure. I mean, that's the thing. It's kind of like, you know, a comparison to Valorverse and you know, Valorverse puts in a whole lot more detail. Now, this could turn to slop very easily. I don't think it does on this figure. I'm looking at it right now, and yeah, I don't see anywhere that I think it turned to slop. It could very easily turn to slop on the tattoo. Now, it's pretty noticeable that it's all one side, but I think that's by design, and I think they wanted to keep it that way, and that's fine. You know, some people do that. I've seen people do that for sleep tattoos, so I'm not going to complain about it too at this point, because, you know, that's just a design choice. I didn't comment on his gun. Looks like an M1, and I like it. It's just a gun I like. I don't know, you know, for army dudes. It's a gun I like. You know, the laser weapon is accurate for cover girl. The hand attachments are accurate for the bat. It all fits. So, you know, but I do feel like a lot more thought went into this than to this. This is good. The bat is good, but this had a lot more thought and a lot more heart. That's all I can say. Heart. That's the perfect word. There's just a lot of heart, and, you know, want to make something, want to have something that's, you know, good. And this, oh, this is a good part too. These guys take advantage of, you know, tooling technology and how we can get more detail. Now, while they did do that with the Super 7s, I don't think they did it to the point they needed to. Again, you're dealing with an animated aesthetic. You're dealing with a comic book aesthetic. But like this chest piece is really good, and I just knocked him over. That's all that happened there. That chest piece is really, really good. I like it a lot. But, you know, this definitely has less detail than her original figure. So, you know. But again, animated aesthetic, I can see why. Comic book aesthetic, I can see why. If that's what you're going for, yeah. I don't understand, like with this guy, I don't understand the 1983 type of articulation in the head. I don't get it. You know, that I'm not understanding, but either way, of the two, I mean, I didn't buy Snake Eyes nor Cobra Commander, and the reason for that is I got too many. I think I said that already. So, you know, it could be argued I have too many bats, but hell, it's an army of bats, so what are you going to do? Okay, so all in all, Super 7 Reaction Plus. I will keep my eyes open and my mind open. If I see things I think warrant being done, I might pick it up. But otherwise, I'm keeping kind of far away from it. Not that I don't like it, but I don't need 1,000 of the same guys I already have. Not by a long shot. And, you know, and keep in mind, I've been a lifelong G.I. Joe collector. Well, not lifelong, since 1982. And I've never, you know, the only things I've gotten rid of is sort of modern-ish 2000 years and stuff. So, again, it's kind of like, you know, there's plenty of opportunities to do characters we never got in the G.I. Joe line. Those will interest me, and those will be the ones I'll probably pick up. Or at least I will think about them more. But that's going to wrap up this look at both Leonados and the Super 7 Reaction Plus figures of Bat, Battle Android Trooper, and Cover Girl. I have some hopes with this Super 7 Reaction Plus line, but I'm not holding my breath at the same time. Okay, that'll do it for today. This might be the last one of these kind of videos I ever do. I'll never say never never, because you never know what may happen next. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to click all that YouTube stuff, and you guys take care.